All right, here we're going to review the syllabus and what's available on D2L. So first, let me switch to the student view. You, I can see exactly the same. Add some color. Now, often I will put. I'll try to put, an announcement every couple of days, if not every day. Just to kind of give you the idea that you're in class. I find that students want that interaction. Give them a reason to come check D2L every day, see if I put up an announcement. So to do that, I have to put them up there every day or every so often, so that people will have an incentive to check it. So check these announcements on the front page of the Zoom. Like I said, there are none yet because the class has not started. Now, on this site, there are a couple of things. You can click on content, all right, and if you need to see the syllabus, you click overview, and overview has the syllabus below. You can download it and read it. I will come back to that in a second, and we will review the syllabus. Now, as far as other types of things on here, there is, let me refresh this real quick so that everything is blank. Okay, so as you go down, I would come down here to admin, and now there's only like one thing. This video will go on the admin link here, so when I'm done recording this one, I will go here, and there's not much here. Let's see, video weekly. All right, I have not uploaded this yet. But right here will be a video talking about Zoom. I use Zoom, and I'm going to link that video right here under admin, and you'll have several things there. I'll have this video will be here, and all of those type of things that are outside of lecture or coursework will go under admin, and so I might reference those. I'll tell you go into admin, and this would be where you'd do it. Now there will be a video here. I am not requiring us to do any live Zooming together or WebEx. That is not. This course is not designed for that. But I thought it would be nice if I offered it, and just to make it feel more like a regular class. If you can't make it to these meetings, not a big deal. Not required. Certainly not. No information will be given extra in those meetings. I just wanted to make it an option. A good place to ask questions as a group. If you need to meet with me personally, I will be Zooming, not WebEx. WebEx has lots of issues, so I prefer to Zoom. And this video here will be talking about how to install and use Zoom. So if you need to use Zoom, you need to talk to me personally, and you'd like to do it live, we can Zoom together, and I talk about that in this video, which there will be one here. There will also be another one, which will be this video in here, maybe a couple of others, but this is where you find the administrative things. All right, now how do you actually use the course? I have each day broken down on what you need to do. I have the first week pretty much done. The second week is coming soon, so I don't have the exam in there, but I do have what you're going to do on the first day, the second day, third day, fourth day. I don't have it past the fourth day, or I don't have it past the third day. The fourth day is coming. So these are just places to go. Now in my courses, I have my own YouTube channel, and I put my videos up there so that you can watch them. There are old videos from other courses that you might want to go back and watch, but I give the ones that are specifically designed for this class. So this will be where you would go, and on day one, I tell you to watch all the videos and review all documents located in admin, which we just looked through. So whatever I put in admin, that's actually your first thing that you need to do in this class, which if you're watching this, you have been to admin. Then you would go to my YouTube channel, and you would watch all of the day one videos. I think there are 6, it says here. So watch all of those for day one. if you get all of that, that's all introductory stuff, like what is science, that sort of thing, what is biology. Then you can go on to day 2. All right. Now, day 2 is all about chemistry. Now, I changed it up. Instead of using my videos, I looked through and I said, oh, there are these great videos with animations of talking about the same stuff. So I give you links to go to on YouTube to watch the chemistry links. And so you can go here. You can either download this or you can just go copy and paste these links out, and it's all about atomic structure and how chemistry, it's basic chemistry for the most part. If you had high school chemistry, it isn't going to be, it's just going to be a review. If you haven't, it's been a long time, then I would watch those videos. And that's for day 2 to catch you up on the chemistry. Now, I'm not going to test strongly on the chemistry, but you do need to know certain things, so make sure you always read the material I have out here. There's some really good things. These are telling you what I am focusing on from the chemistry standpoint, so you need to make sure you look at those. Now, day 3, it's kind of back to the original way that we were doing things, where I send you to the YouTube channel and then you watch all of day 3. So day 3, there are 5 videos, and you will go to you will go to the website. Let's just go ahead and go there. Oh, refused to connect. I wonder why. Well, I may have to fix that. Let's go back here and let's make sure day 1 is working. Day 1 is working. All right, I'll have to figure out what's going on with day 3. All right, so here is the website, and what you will do is you will hit playlists and hit this down here, view full playlist. Don't hit here, you'll just get a big list of videos that are in there. But there are certain ones you want. So we're in day 1, so I would hit here and notice it says day 1, 1A, day 1, 1B. So this is the first topic. This is like the first lecture topic. Then there's a 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Then it goes to day 3, and there is a day 1-5. I ought to move that up closer to that one. Okay, so there are actually 6 here for day 1. Day 3, there are more. There will be more here until we get through this entire chapter. Now, compared to the book, this is more important than the book. The text is good, and I am following the text as far as the order, but if you want to know what I'm emphasizing, you need to watch these videos. So for my class, watch the videos first, then read the book. All right. Most of your questions in this course will come from where? From the videos. Watch the videos, and then to fill any gaps up in your knowledge, you go back and find these topics in the book and kind of catch up. I gear this so that it's not that you don't need the book, but the book is secondary to the videos. The videos are an important thing. I will be asking questions, and if you want to know what's on the test, watch the videos. The videos are what's on the test. It isn't that there aren't a few things maybe you need to learn in the book, but the majority of what you need to learn, especially the stories I tell. Here is a story I tell that's Don't Judge a Book by Its Cover. It has to do with how people classify organisms. Do they classify it by what the organism looks like, or do they classify it by the DNA? Well, today we do it by the DNA. We used to do it by what the organism looked like. And we've learned a lot in the last few years. So definitely watch this video. This will give you an idea of the kind of story I tell. All right, here's another story, the apartment in the mansion story. This is about the differences between eukaryotic cells and prokaryotic cells. But I have all kinds of videos here with different stories in them, and they are the central part for how this class is taught. This is how I teach. So you need to go watch the videos and then supplement the knowledge you gain from the videos with the book to kind of fill in the gaps maybe. All right, so we will be having, I'll show you the syllabus in a second. We will have a test pretty much every other week. It's only an 8-week course. We've got to get in 4 exams. That includes the final. So it's pretty much every other week we have an exam, and we will cover roughly 4 to 5 chapters every 2 weeks. So we are running at a very fast pace. By using these videos, I can more or less condense the information and tell you what is important to learn, what's going to be on the test. So because there's no way you could actually read and absorb all the material in 5 chapters in 2 weeks. I mean, you could if you've maybe already had a biology course, but there is a lot of information in there. This is a way for me to condense it. I can tell you everything you need to know about a subject in 20 minutes on a video, whereas it would take you an hour to read that entire chapter, or at least that entire topic. It would take you a while. You have to study it. Your brain works better by listening to videos than it does reading, at least for most people. So I definitely do it this way, and I will get to a video in a second about how I test, but you'll find that under admin as well, and we'll talk more. But before I go here, I want to go back to the site. Let's see, are we here? Oh, let's make sure I don't log out here. Let's go back in. I'll just close the Zoom. All right, I'm going to go back into our class. I'm going to make it look like a student. And we're going to go to content again. I do want to show you one more thing. Here in exam 1, under 1406 exam 1, here's E1 day 1, so exam 1 day 2, all of this, and then down here at the end, all right, this is not lecture. The end is a review. These are the things that you need to know from the book and from my lectures. So when we go to have the test, this is a review for that test. I'm not going to do this for every test, but since it's the first test and you're not familiar with how I do things, I went ahead and made a review. So if you want to know what's on the test, this is what's on the test. I will not ask anything on the test that isn't covered in this review. So if you go and answer each of these questions, you will know what's on the test. There isn't, you have to go and answer it thoroughly, but like this is a very broad question. Why is DNA so important? The answer there is because it stores information for making your cells, telling your cells how to work. So it's important because the information for who and what you are is stored there. That's why DNA is important. All right. It also transmits that information to future generations. So there's another reason it's important. So just this is the kind of thing, if you know these things, then you will be in good shape. Like, what does the term equilibrium mean? Now, that doesn't just mean copying some definition. How is it used? How is that used in context of biology? What is equilibrium, and where would it be used in the field of biology? That sort of thing. All right, so just wanted to show you that there is a review down there, and ultimately for this first exam, pretty much everything you need to know is outlined here, and by chapter. So either through the videos or through the book, you can find out everything for the first exam right here. But I won't do that for every exam. All right, so moving back, let's kind of review go back up here to overview where I have the syllabus. You'll need to download this and read through it. It's your standard syllabus. Of course, my name is Ricky Johnson, and I will eventually do live videos with you or something, so you'll get to see me. But right now, we'll just do it this way. This is completely online, and that includes the lab. And I am available via Zoom, just not on Fridays, and maybe even before 4 on some days, but just email me if you need to talk to me. And if you want to Zoom, I'm happy to Zoom anytime. We just have to set a time. You can email me here, but I prefer you to use D2L. The D2L mail, I should probably make a video on how to use D2L mail. So I'll add that to the admin list of videos to watch. But if you email me here, it kind of messes up my email structure. I get dozens and dozens of emails a day from students. I prefer it not to go here. I prefer it to go through D2L. It's not that I won't answer you if you email here, but if you consistently do it, maybe yeah, I'd probably start taking off points if I tell you, hey, start using this one. I mean, you can, in an emergency, email this address, but really, please use D2L so it doesn't clog up my email system through Lone Star. I leave that for administrative things mostly. So use D2L when at all possible. But if it's an emergency or something, or you can't get D2L to work, well, of course, use this one. Let's see. By appointment, you can contact me and we'll set up a Zoom session if you want, something like that. Please use D2L. That's the preferred method. All right, this is Bio 1 for science majors. Hopefully you're in the right spot, signed up for the right class. Let's see, there is a lab section and a lecture section, but it's online, so everything is essentially the same. We will simply use the same D2L site. We will not separate the lab from the course. Let's see, yes, everything is online. We are only 8 weeks. Let's see, here is our course overview. We will definitely cover all of these things. And let's see, the COVID, if you're sick, stay at home. Not a problem when it's an online class. So there's not a lot to say here since you're not going on campus in relation to this course. Let's see, you do need to have all of the things necessary to have an online course. You need to be able to use a browser. You need to have a computer with internet connectivity. You do need a mic and speakers if you're going to Zoom with me. That's not a requirement, so technically this part isn't required. You could get along without it. But I will be asking you to take pictures of things and send me pictures. There will be some test materials and things like that will have to involve taking pictures with your phone or with your camera on your computer and sending me those pictures. We use D2L and My Lone Star. Hopefully you are familiar with those. If not, you can contact the links here. There is orientation if you're a new student. The book. Here's probably the biggest controversy in this class. This is an expensive book. You could probably get by with using the previous edition. The page numbers will be wrong when you refer to them, but the material has not changed enough to make really any difference. So you could buy the older book, the previous edition, and you would do just fine. You just have to adjust for page numbers. When I tell you it's on page 24, well, maybe it's on page 23. Look around for the information. The pictures are almost all the same too. You must do the lab manual. There is no getting out. You must buy the lab manual. Oh, by the way, you do not need mastering up here. We are not doing mastering, just the book. So you can avoid the mastering. I do my own tests, etc. So we don't use the mastering materials. The lab manual, Investigating Biology Laboratory Manual. You must use this, and we will be using these. You will be turning these in. Now, going on down, how are we grading? There are lecture tests. There will be 3 normal tests and a final. The 3 normal tests are 45% every other week, and then the last week there will be a comprehensive final, which will be worth a little bit more. I think these are worth 13, something like that percent. The final is comprehensive and it's worth 20, and we will cover a lot of material. I will cover, I hope, all the way through at least some of the material in chapter 20. I'm going that far for the reason that we're in the middle of COVID and viruses are chapter 19. I would like to get there and teach you a little bit about this so that you can maybe understand a few things that some fake science out there and stuff. I'd like to tell you as much as possible so that you can make an informed decision about things, because there's a lot of misinformation. In my opinion, it's all over the place. I want to tell you what we know for sure. There's a lot of either speculation by people, but there's also a lot of information that doesn't go out. They don't tell you a lot of things because they figure, well, they won't understand the biology. Well, I'm going to explain the biology, and I am going to tell you what we do know and what we do not know according to the research, and why they don't bother telling you some things, so you can make an informed decision. There will be assignments. usually related to the labs. There will also be 3 lab tests, which will usually alternate between the regular tests. So you kind of have a test almost every week. Now the lab tests should be easier than the regular tests, but you will have a test, and the plan is to have tests on Wednesdays. So hopefully that fits with your schedule. I will let you schedule the tests, but they will be on Wednesdays. Here are the grading, the standard gradings criteria. The syllabus, I leave it open that we can modify it a little, but generally I'm going to stick to what you've seen, pretty sure. Let's see, the drop, you need to talk to a counselor about your need. We will cover the first 5 chapters in the first 2 weeks. There is a holiday in here. We'll be doing here when we're doing the laboratories. And the 3rd week we will do chapters 6 through 10. All right. In week 5 we begin chapters 11 through 15. And then we go to the final, and we will cover all the way 1 through 20. So we'll do those last 5 chapters, those last 2 weeks, plus review for the final. But I will say on the final, I emphasize those last 5 chapters. I do not emphasize the first 2. The final will also be a little longer with a slightly different format. And we'll talk about tests as the class begins. All the standard things here, the library, etc., veteran affairs, etc. Some people to contact if you need assistance in various things that I cannot help you with. More policies. Understand you need to academic integrity. The way I run my class, it's pretty difficult to cheat, not impossible. I will not use the lockdown browser. Instead, you will be handwriting a lot of things. You will be handwriting, taking a picture of it with a JPEG, and uploading it to D2L, and there'll be a time limit for you to do that. And to have someone else come up with the right thing to say, and then you copy it in your handwriting, there's not going to be enough time for that. So it's pretty difficult to cheat in my class. So I'm not too worried about that. Let's see, anything else? We're not going on campus, so a lot of these things don't matter. Please read through it. Make sure that you understand what's going on, the grading, etc. And we'll talk more about the tests and how they work as the class progresses. But you do need to look at the syllabus, understand that I'm not going to cover everything in those 20 chapters. I'm going to pick and choose the important parts. You watch the videos, that will tell you the important parts of the chapter, each chapter that I am interested in and that you will be tested on. We just don't have enough time in 8 weeks. You wouldn't be able to digest and memorize the material unless you had a photographic memory anyhow. Nobody would. So in 8 weeks, it's a little accelerated, but I try to cover the things that are important. If you're going to be a biologist or a scientist, I cover the things that a lot of professors don't cover. I do not shy away from the harder material, but I do limit the material. I don't cover all the details, as in some things are a bit more detailed, some things we know quite a bit about that are quite obvious, and all you're doing is memorizing things and then forgetting it the next week. I try to avoid that type of teaching. I am not trying to turn you into just a dictionary or an encyclopedia. I'm trying to get you to understand the big picture, so that you can go on to other classes, and in those classes that are live, you can do more of the memorization if that's what you need to do. If you're going to be a medical doctor, there's a lot of memorization in that, but you still have to learn the big picture, and so I'm focusing on things that are useful to you, and we'll give you the bigger picture of how biology works in this course. All right, I think that'll do it for this video. Please review the website. There will be announcements that will be set up. If you want to see announcements, it's hard to find announcements, but if you just click here, on the name of it, that's how you get to announcements. A lot of students don't realize that. So I will be posting announcements quite often, maybe daily. I would check it regularly for announcements. There will also be emails going out. Whenever I send an announcement, it automatically sends you an email. So if you want to get to announcements, you might be somewhere else in grades or in content or something else, and you need to get to announcements, just click on the name up at the top, and that takes you directly to announcements. There are no announcements yet because the course has not started. All right. I think this will be a good class. We are fluctuating between 15 and 20 students, which is a good number, and I'm looking forward to it.